One after another, these 15-meter-long engines in a boat backed gingerly into the water at Portsmouth Olympic Harbor for a quick trip to Confederation Basin. This is the 19th year for the Thousand Islands Poker Run and the third time Kingston has played host. If you're a fan of television, there is one boat here that might hold special interest for you. It's a boat with a pedigree. It's called Miami Vice, for a good reason.
It was used on the Miami Vice show. It would be the second season. 85-86. This was the first well-craft that was used on the show. The first boat was Chris Craft Stinger, 39-foot.
Jewsbury tracked the boat to Maryland and rebuilt it as a labor of love. He says it's as close to original as you can get. And it's the old story, if you have to ask how much some of these boats are worth, you can't afford one. But when you own a beautiful and expensive boat, you have to have the towing vehicle to match. What is it about cigarette boats that attracts people like a magnet?
Did you ever drive in a boat doing 120 miles an hour? That's the rush. You know, you get in there, you got the throttles, wheel, friends, you got some waves, some sun, and you're on your way. That's the rush.
The poker run, which goes Saturday, is not a race. It's more of a chance for owners to strut their stuff as they make waves to Prescott and back.
At each of the stops, they collect a playing card, and then when they return to Kingston at 4:30, they turn in their hand to the information booth, and then they see that evening they have a reception that they see who had the best hand.
The time trial event off Richardson Beach goes on Sunday. Drivers pick a speed they will try to match on the water, and the closest wins. Chris Harvey, CKWS Newswatch, Kingston.
Well, a slice of TV history is in Kingston, Ontario tonight. The roar of 1,300 horsepower boat, one of the stars of the 1980s hit show Miami Vice. It transported the stars, Sonny and Crockett, as they chased drug dealers on the water. A Rochester, New York family brought it to Kingston for a weekend race.
Everybody just comes to see the Vice boat. You know, we have all these new beautiful boats down here at the marina, but ours it's the original Miami Vice boat, and no one has anything like it. It's authentic, it's documented, and we really brought the luster back into her when we restored her.
The boat is docked right at the Kingston waterfront. It now has been valued at $125,000. It will do over 125 kilometers an hour, but you don't want to have to pay the fuel bill. Yay. Must be a big one.
Probably gets great fuel economy, I would imagine.
Yeah, sure.
I think they mentioned once you get to a boat that size, it's gallons per mile.
Yeah, and if you have to ask, you can't afford it, right? Yeah.
True
okay.
enough.
Yeah.
From back here, but this is the original Miami Vice boat. I'm Gary Libator. Coming up, I'll tell you why it's here in Orleans County.
Meteorologist Josh Nichols, live, local, and up to the minute.
The popular TV show Miami Vice has been off the air for more than a decade, but a big piece of the show now calls Western New York its home. Gary Libator has this live from the newsroom. Gary?
Wendy, that piece of the show is the famous 38-foot-long speedboat. It's now owned by an avid boater from Spencerport. At the Eagle Creek Marina in Kendall, a lot of refurbishing of boats goes on. But one man has rather unique specifications.
Well, it's going to look like a new boat when it's done.
Actually, it's not. It's going to look like the old boat used in Miami Vice.
Time for a swim, pal.
No, it is the boat used in Miami Vice. Tom Jewsbury of Spencerport is now the proud owner.
Actually, I've looked for the boat probably for about a year and a half.
Tom tracked down the owner in Maryland. He had bought it from Universal Studios after the show ended in 1989.
He'd done his thing with it, and he was ready to sell it, and I just happened to catch him at the right time.
Now it's here at this marina, being brought back to its Miami Vice condition.
It's seen a lot of salt water, so it was in kind of rough shape.
Chris Hefke has been given the task of getting it out of rough shape.
Will be the identical boat as was seen on the show. Exact colors, exact paint scheme, exact stripes.
Tom has been boating since he was 9 years old, and now he has a piece of history.
Well, actually, this is the boat that really started all the offshore boating.
He even has the original receipt from 1984. The frame alone cost $72,000. Now the boat's worth between $250,000 and $300,000.
Yeah, it looks a little different without the plastic on it.
But in about a month, it'll look the same in the water as it did more than a decade ago. And the best part about doing this story, Tom says he'll actually give me a ride in it once it's ready to hit the water. Reporting live from the newsroom, Gary Liberatore, News 10.